Excellent.
Hello. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro Rose, creative tech here at Adafruit. And every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right. This is a show we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is episode 414. It is Wednesday, September 20th, 2023.
Woo.
We are streaming live on all the platforms, and we're hanging out in the Discord server. The link for that is discord.gg/Adafruit. Got a link up in the little bar graphic that we have. We're going to give some shout outs to folks that are joining us live. We're also streaming on all of the social channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, formerly known X, formerly known as Twitter. Twixter.
I always want to say the other name.
What's the other name?
It's where you use it on the toilet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good morning, everybody.
Let me shout out to everybody hanging out all over the world. Rosin, we got, is this Discord?
Yes.
Vince.
Yes, it is Discord.
Connor.
Vince. Hello.
Nikita. Good morning, everybody hanging out all over the world.
Oh, thanks for joining us. And shout out to everybody watching us on the archive. All right. We'll start off with the housekeeping stuff. Look at the freebies. You got a coupon code, and then we'll take a kind of a demo of this week's project.
Yes.
And lots of other segments that you might know about. All right, let's start off with adafruit.com/free to get all the details on this week's deals and more. If you spend more money with Adafruit, you'll get some freebies. Starting off with an order of $99 or more, you get a free PCB coaster with the golden Adafruit logo. If your order is $149 or more, you'll get the PCB coaster plus an Adafruit KB2040. That's that lovely dev board with the RP2040 chip. If your order is $199 or more, you'll get the KB2040 PCB coaster plus free UPS ground shipping for continental US only. And if your order is $299 or more, you'll get the free shipping, the KB2040, the PCB coaster, and a Metro M7. That's that lovely new Arduino-shaped dev board. It's a collab dev board with DigiKey and NXP. That's right, the Adafruit Metro 7. Get them while supplies last. All of these deals automatically get added to your cart. No need for any special coupons on that one. But we also have a coupon this week. Coupon code SynthIO. We'll get you 10% off your order. And yeah, you can use it on anything in the Adafruit shop. Anything that's physical. And that is this week's coupon code and weekly free deals.
And we had a little segment on the newsletter, but I'll just post a link on that. You can subscribe to all of the wonderful newsletters we have. I think the biggest one is the CircuitPython one, as well as the Maker Business. We have a 3D printing one, as well as wearables. What else? I'm missing a couple.
There's a whole slew of them. Maker Business.
Yeah, you can go to adafruitdaily.com and check out all of the newsletters there. Get updated on the weekly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this week's project is a synth guitar. We'll take a look at it in just a second. Paige has got it. I have one too. This is a fairly big build. There's a lot of components. It's a collab project with Liz Clark. She did the code. It's using CircuitPython and the new Synth.io library to create a super cool synthesizer in the form factor of a guitar. We are still kind of we're on the last we got the last 5% to do on the Learn Guide, so it's kind of under moderation right now. But this week it should definitely get released. Hopefully later today, maybe tomorrow, but definitely this week. I can do some demos. So the whole body of the guitar is 3D printed. It's about this big. It's fairly large. It has a strum mechanism that you might be familiar with if you have played Guitar Hero. So it's got that similar type of strum mechanism. It's got 3 rotary encoders, so you can modulate the sound using Synth.io. It's got an on-off button here, so let me power it on. It has 2 of the 1x4 NeoKey QT mechanical key switches PCBs, so they have RGB LEDs. It has an onboard speaker, so the speaker is actually in the head of the guitar, which is pretty cool. What else? It's using the RP2040 PropMaker feather, so not just for props. It's a really good dev board for making audio projects, which is this one. So there are a couple different modes. You got these toggle switches to switch between the strum mode and kind of just free play mode. So that's, let me see if I can hold it up and kind of give it a little demo. So you have a volume, you have digital volume control using the Rotary Encoder. You have control over the LFO, which is making that kind of tremolo style of effect. If you press in the Rotary Encoder, that turns the mode on and off. And then you can change the octave of the note by adjusting the last Rotary Encoder. And then, because it has a built-in accelerometer, you can change the kind of filter. So let me demo that. So right now it's in free play mode. So if I use this switch, I can turn on the strum mode. So you can combine all those together. I forgot to mention there's a NeoPixel stick in the middle here, so that just kind of changes colors depending on what note you press. And all of that is adjustable in the code because it's all CircuitPython. It's running off of some AA batteries that we have here, so it's very much like a kind of like a consumer, product. We wanted to be able to kind of quickly change out the batteries, so we figured AA batteries would be nice for the kiddos too. So that's kind of the demo. It's pretty cool. We'll have the design files and the code available in the Learn Guide. But yeah, I modeled the size of it to fit on an Ender 3 3D printer. So that's like a 250 cubed. So it should fit on most mid-sized 3D printers. Yeah, it's kind of a big build because there's a lot of components, but the RP2040 PropMaker feather makes it easier to wire because it's got a lot of screw block terminals for the NeoPixels, the speaker, button, that sort of thing, but also stemma QT cables. So that's how they're all daisy chained together. So that reduces the wiring by a lot. So that's really nice. But again, there's a lot of components, 8 total key switches. You got a NeoPixel in there. You have 3 rotary encoders. You have 2 toggle switches, on and off button. You have micro switches for the strum. A lot of components, but it's a good example of just how much you can integrate into a custom synthesizer using Synth.io.
Yeah, it's quite a list. If you want to build one of these, you got to start filling up the cart now. There's so many components that are required. Not just the components themselves, but like the hardware. So a couple of different
Yeah.
size screws to get everything to fit nicely, and then all of the cables. So make
Yep.
sure you go through all of the parts list for that.
Yep. I also forgot to mention it has a TRRS audio jack.
Oh, yeah.
So you can switch between the onboard speaker and audio out through that TRRS jack. We think that's good for headphones, and if you want to use like an audio interface and like a DAW setup, so that you can add more effects with your digital audio workstation. That's Winnie over there. Guest star Winnie today. She's hanging out. Hi, Winnie. She just meowed. I think she wants me to play more guitar. Maybe not. So we're on the final stages of the Learn Guide. We'll try to get that out this week. It's a big one. Big
It's
assembly
giant.
page. Yeah,
It
it's
is
got a lot.
giant.
Yeah, it's got a lot. But we've been talking about it now for the past 2-3 weeks or so. And yeah,
definitely warranted for the build time and size.
Yeah, this is one of these projects that are pretty big, and they take about 4 weeks to kind of develop, document, and iterate. So
Steven to print out as well.
Yeah, and it takes a while to print. One of the top half of the body, depending on your printer, right? Mine took like 15 hours to print.
No, that's exactly right.
But no support material on anything. Everything's bolted together with screws. I don't think I used glue anywhere. I use double-sided tape for like the overlay thing that you can just print. And you have all sorts of different colors you can use. Yeah. A lot of screws. Yeah. What else? As far as the products go,
I've been putting links to each of those in here. We will get more stocks of the PropMaker feathers.
Yeah, they're still out of stock, but most of the other components are in stock, which is nice. The NeoKeys and the Rotary Encoders.
Cool. Yeah, we'll share more Learn Guide video and all that.
We'll actually probably go through the Learn Guide next week, since we'll have time for it to get moderated by the team. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff. Like you mentioned screws, and I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't add the screws, so I have to have like a list of the screws. There's
I need to order more
M2,
screws.
M25.
I am out of the M3x20.
The long
ones used on the on these.
For the strums, mounts. They need those long boys.
So I need to get more of those.
Yep. Cool. So you might remember a similar project. We actually did a MIDI controller using Cherry MX key switches, but it's a MIDI controller. It doesn't make sound on its own. So Liz thought it was a good idea to make it a standalone instrument that generates sound. And Synth.io, is freshly new. We just got the Synth.io Fundamentals Guide released this week or last week, and this will be a good way to showcase Synth.io, we think. Yeah. And the PropMaker Feather is just a really good dev board that's all in one. You got the accelerometer, you got the screw block terminals, NeoPixel driver, and that I2S digital audio amplifier. It's really nice for these audio projects. I like it when you just cute.
Are you done yet?
I know, right? She's like, I want food.
I posted a link to the MIDI guitar if you want. I don't know if it's any easier. Probably not as many components.
I think it's the same because each individual key is wired.
Oh my god, never mind.
Yeah, and it uses a Grand Central. So
I forgot it did that.
Oh,
geez.
But people have remixed the guitar to do like a USB game controller for Guitar Hero, So that's cool.
Oh, it's been a hit with the kids, of course. They like being able to generate their own sounds out of there. And with the headphone, definitely parent friendly, so they can jam out.
And it has an audio volume, so you can change the volume.
Yeah, you get the volume as well. In terms of customization, of course, you can go in there, pick any of the many different types of rotary What are they
Knobs.
called? Caps, knobs.
Knobs. Yeah.
And we have metal ones. We have all these different colored plastic ones.
So
And same
many
thing
of
with
these.
the keys. We have like all these different key colors and shapes and sizes for that. So lots of customization options for your guitar. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the keys. There's all sorts of different style of.
Yeah.
There's
Even the cherry reds.
You're using
Yeah,
the reds.
this
Yeah, I'm
one.
using reds. Yeah, because they
'Cause I
don't
had
click.
the most of those. I didn't want to use all the clicky ones on that.
And it's got sockets, so you can easily pop them out and change them out
Mhm.
if you want. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We stock these really nice clear keycaps. So I figured I'd use those instead of 3D printing my own, but you could do that too.
Yeah, and these are the type where the bottom comes off, so you can 2D print any of your graphics on there.
2D print.
Of course, it's not going to come off now that I want to.
Mhm.
But this comes off, and you can insert your little printed piece on there too.
Relegible.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just pop right on.
Yeah.
And I didn't even solder these in, so you can go ahead and completely customize your keys as well.
Yeah, you're not supposed to solder them in.
Oh, yeah. Well, good thing I didn't. Look, here it goes.
How would you solder them in?
So here's what that looks like. Of course, it comes off now that I don't want to show it off, but here it is.
Yeah.
Here's how you
That's good.
really customize that. I think you uploaded the template too, right? So you have the actual, the square.
Yeah, those are from the emoji keypad, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta reuse it. I had to, because we were out of stock of the 1x4 NeoKeys, so good way to gut previous project and put it in something, evolve it into this project. You can kind of still see there's the emoji right there.
There's dog, cat, TV.
And what else can we say? I guess we'll save it for next week.
Yeah, we'll save it for next week. That's just a demo overview of the project, fully featured, yet still customizable.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, you could change the notes and all that in the code.
Cool. It's a demo, so it just plugs in. Well, most of the things just plug in.
Yep.
Oh, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's, I guess, filler project. Which was a bunch of previous projects. I'm going to do a little countdown of some of the ones that we did before. Lamar had the idea of just doing like a countdown of the top Halloween 3D print ideas, or starting off with some of the decor stuff. So this is a past project on doing a servo creepy hand. So everything's 3D printed. We're using I believe it was just a DC motor, and using the flexible filament here. We do have a couple of spools in stock in the Adafruit shop for the flexible, I believe it's the peach color. We'll just use them brown here, and it's the 85A, so it's super flexible. The way we're assembling the hand, we have the little servo mount where it goes into. We have the little horn, which is going to let it do its little motion. Then the DC motor, slide switch, and a battery pack. You can get all the parts. I believe I linked everything in the Thingiverse file for that. Let's see if I can open up my other notes. I should have put this in the previous notes.
Yeah, it's a good list of parts here. Just some simple stuff. No microcontroller, just a battery and a motor, and a switch.
Let me jump into. Let's see if I can share.
It's a good example of like upcycling or remixing a current prop. It doesn't have to be 3D printed. It could be something that you buy from like a Spirit Halloween store.
Yeah. Good point.
Like add some movement, creepiness to a otherwise dead, static prop.
Let's see, where is my Thingiverse? There it is. All right. So you can get the files here, and here's the servo mount, the horn, and of course the creepy hollowed out hand. It is a remix from this guy here. I think it was Phil who wanted to have like a creepy hand. So I'm like, oh, let's add a servo to that. So just using Mesh Mixer and made I believe it's a 2mm thickness around there. You could probably do like 1.2. So it could be like super flexible and not use as much filament because you don't need too much. And with the NinjaFlex, it is pretty sturdy, so it's not gonna rip on you or break as easy.
Yep.
Back to that. All right, so the way that it's all wired up is we're just inserting a slide switch in between the power. So all it's doing is cutting the power on and off. Of course, the battery pack does have an on and off switch as well, but what we're going to do is route this slide switch to the outer part of his wrist here. So we can easily turn that on and off, and everything just slides into the wrist part because we hollowed it out. And it is, I believe it is a 9-volt battery that is in there. So you're going to need that 9-volt regular battery.
Okay.
And what I forgot to mention is the thing that it's holding is this these guts. So again, PT really likes the gore stuff from, oh, come on, what's that filmmaker? That one dude.
Cronenberg?
Yes, Cronenberg. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it's
have the
also
Learn Guide loaded already, but there is a whole Learn Guide on
Yeah.
modeling the guts and making a iPhone battery case for it. So what that is it's hollowed out so you can have the wires going through so you can plug in your phone. And then we have the top part to plug into one of those lipstick batteries. So that's all that is there. Next one is a nice little piece of jack-o'-lantern decor. You made this one, Noah. It is Jack the Pumpkin King. It's a dual extruded little like tea light holder. You can blow it up and make like a jack-o'-lantern for candy, I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember how I made this. I think I got an SVG of Jack Skellington and like punched it out or something. Yeah.
I don't know. You did it.
Yeah, I don't remember. Well, I did it like 5-6 years ago. But yeah. All right, next up.
Yeah, next up is, I believe this pumpkin, I think it's from Halloween, right? The not Halloween, Friday, Mike Myers.
I'm not sure. Pumpkin skull.
Yeah, so
It's a
again,
great prop. Yeah.
same technique of using a coin cell with the breakout to hook up some LEDs. You don't have to 3D print this. You can just, like you were saying before, get one from Spirit, but of course you get a printer. You can go ahead and print this guy out. All I did was, again, use Mesh Mixer to hollow out the pumpkin. This one's pretty thick, so I would hollow it out even more. And we're just using the coin cell battery here to solder up the LEDs. Simple coin switch. And that's it.
Yeah,
Nice
these are the 10 millimeter diameter LEDs. They're diffused, so they look nice on the eyes.
And then we have, I believe, the 3 millimeter LED black LEDs in this one, or UV LEDs in this wolf skull. And we're using the glow in the dark filament here to give it a nice little glowiness to it. And these are, we have a couple of these that are usually in the yard. Same technique here, just using the breakout with the slide switch. And then a nice little crafty technique of taking the LED leads and wrapping it around so you don't have to use as much glue to actually hold it in place where the eyeballs go. And this was an excellent model by, I think it was Kit Bash. Still find all their stuff on, I think it was Pin Shape or Pin Shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was checking all the links, make sure they work.
Yep.
Yeah, that's still available and that's still kicking.
Still kicking.
I did add I believe it's not a 220.
2012 or something like that.
Yeah, a pretty low resistance
12 millimeter
resistor, just to lower down the lights on there. You don't want it to be super bright.
Oh,
you may not need them to be super bright.
Okay, cool.
And that was quick little 3D printed Halloween decor ideas. Got a bunch more.
They're all simple in terms of no microcontrollers on any of them, just LEDs and a battery. Some of them have a motor. Pretty cool. Yeah, all good examples of adding a little bit of light and motion to your props.
Yeah, whether it be store-bought or just a quick little edit to a 3D print that already exists.
Yeah, this is great timing. Halloween is going to be right around the corner, so
yeah, it's in 2 weeks.
You want to have your projects kind of thought up before October. We're right there, so you got still a little bit of time to really think about what you want to do, if you want to do anything. Yeah, cool stuff. Are we going to do another one of these with like more of the Learn guides?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is just this week's. I'll keep making more of these since
Yeah.
we have 10 years worth of content to recycle and remind, because I'm sure there's a bunch of these that were missed, or people that are new haven't seen any of these. So we will keep surfacing these up.
I had to holler at my cat because she's meowing up a storm. There she is. I don't know if the mic can pick it up, but she is.
No, I hear it.
She is really meowing. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's community makes.
Actually, I wanted to talk about
yeah,
CNC parts, if that's cool.
Yeah.
I
got time.
I don't really have it out ready, but here we go. So I have a this stand that I designed for my MIDI controller. It's the Micro MK3 from Machine. It's very cool. Recommend it. But I had these 3D printed parts to make this stand. And the problem with 3D printed parts is that they're very flexible. So I ended up doing is getting these two plates, CNC laser cut by a company called SendCutSend. I've heard about them before. It's a really good service if you want to get parts that are, machined out of all sorts of different metals. So this is the H2, 5250 aluminum.
Oh.
So it's lightweight but super duper rigid, and they only do kind of like a 2D SVG DXF kind of cut. So you're not going to get like a 3D machining, but it does, for designs like this, like it makes a lot of sense to get a rigid part, because the problem here is like I would mount this to a tripod. This is a quick release plate, and the thing would bend so much. So with this, like you can't bend it. It's metal. But with the combination of these 3D printed parts, it makes a lot of sense. So for these bits here, I have like these extruded kind of squares that really make it so that the rubber ends of the bottom here like fit on it perfectly. And the idea here is like wanted this spacing so that I can have my keyboard slide underneath it while I have it over it. So yeah, you have the option to get them anodized in different colors. They do deburring for free. I found that the part was a little rough around the edges, so I just sanded them down for a little bit, but that seemed to be okay. The tolerances seem to be pretty accurate, and they have a lot of different metals that you can choose from. So like 3 different types of aluminum, steel, titanium, brass. They have a lot of options. So SendCutSend. The turnaround is about 5 to 7 days depending on the shipping. But yeah, they also do bending. So I have a custom tripod plate that I sent off. I'm actually getting it today. It's arriving today later, and it's a bent part. I designed it in Fusion using the sheet metal tools, and then you unfold it, and then it gives you the DXF file that you can upload, and it automatically knows where to bend it, and then you tell it what kind of thickness you want. This is a 1/4 of an inch thick, so it's like 6 millimeters thick. But they have all sorts of different thicknesses for their metals. So really good service. I recommend it. It's different than 3D printing services. So that is my shop talk. I thought I'd share that because it's a new service. It's not 3D printing, it's CNC laser cut, I think.
Nice.
But yeah, I think next week I'll talk about the bent
very cool
metal. So that's
DJ Devin is asking the opposite, if they could cut a plane, a super flat surface for a custom longer build surface.
Or let me see on Discord. Up. Yeah, I don't think they do a planing. They only cut.
Make it straight, right?
Yeah, they don't really do. They won't do that. I think they just cut stuff out of stock material.
What was it called? Surfacing? No, not surfacing.
Yeah, surfacing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
surfacing. Yeah, pretty much surfacing. Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah, I don't think they'll do that, but definitely check their site out. They have a really nice, intuitive website, and lists all their services. They do water cutting. Let me bring up the site, and then I'll walk you through some of the stuff. They actually have a built-in part editor, so if you want to make like a simple bracket, you can actually make it in their website. But they have a lot of examples of what they do. You know, cuts. They do counter syncing and tapping. It's pretty much for like mechanical parts.
Wow.
They do some artsy stuff too.
Look,
Here's a list of people that use them, like Disney and Cisco. But yeah, they have their own part editor too, so you can use their thing. But here's all the different materials that they use. So all the different metals. They do acrylic as well. ABS, plastic, composite materials. So carbon fiber.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of, I think, robotic projects can benefit from using this service if you don't have access to the machine yourself.
Wow.
So my stuff, let me log in real quick. Here's the two parts that I have. This is the part that I just showed you. They give you a little 3D model of what it looks like. So that's cool. They do threading as well. So if I wanted to have those M3 threads in those holes, I could choose to do that as well. Here's my bent part. Here's what it looks like in 3D. So it's just one bend. But I modeled it in Fusion and unfolded it, so I knew exactly that it would work in my design. But it's just a simple slot for a tripod, 1/4 inch, a screw to fit in there. And this is actually going in my overhead, my 2020 aluminum extrusion overhead rig, because the tripod plate that I have right now is this honking thing, and this thing is too big for what I need. It's like 2 cheese plates, and I don't need that. I don't need that the bigness of it. I just need something like this. So I had this cut, and it's arriving today.
Nice.
I think it was $30, which is a little pricey, but this thing costs $30. So, yeah.
And of course, I'm going to guess that there's no plates that are like that.
There's no plates that are like that.
Yeah,
I looked all over Amazon.
Yeah, they usually make those universal for like red cameras down to a little DSLR.
Right. So I could have had them threaded, but I didn't thread this one. So yeah, it's the 5052H32 aluminum. And when you track your order,
was threading extra?
I think it might be extra, but not by much. The free stuff is like deburring. But yeah, here's what your order looks like when you track it. So they walk you through when it's cutting, when it's processing, when they're bending it, when they're inspecting it. So they go through a QA process, and then they use FedEx for their shipping service. But let's say I wanted to, go ahead.
This would make a good guide, because I know it's going to come up where we need again. It'll come up again.
Yeah, once I get the part, I can do a guide on it.
This should definitely be a guide and video.
Yeah. So when I add it to cart, here I can choose the services. So if I want to do countersinking, it knows what the holes are. So I can say how much, what hole I want to countersink. And then let's say I want to do, where's the anodized? I think over here, you pick the material. Here's all the thicknesses. So it's a really nice site, right? Like it gives you really nice user interface. Here's all the metals. So let's say I want aluminum, I want that one. And they break you down like what material does what, why you would pick this over that. So they have a whole like documentation.
What's the 3D tab do on the left side?
It just gives you a render of what it looks like. So you can like zoom in on it, make sure it looks good.
Does it update when you click through? Like the thickness when you click through will update?
It doesn't look like it. Maybe if I switch between them.
Maybe.
No. That's a good test. I didn't think about that, but
it's got to be a lot of programming or something.
I'm not seeing where the
tapping
anodizing is. Tapping is like getting like an M3 thread here. It updated the model here on threading, so that's cool. Yep. So you can do that. Choose your M3 or Imperial they do it all.
So it's got to be SCAD then to be able to update at least the threading.
Right. Let me go to the next one. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to tell it how much to bend. So mine's supposed to be a 90 degree. So there you can see the model updated. So that's pretty cool.
It's definitely doing the SCAD.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That. That's
And
so
then
cool.
next, oh, here it is, anodizing. So
was
here's the
gonna say, maybe
different colors.
adding finish.
The blue.
Hmm.
I guess that didn't get updated, but the 2D updates. So you can pick your anodizing, or you can do powder coating, which is neat. So they'll powder coat stuff.
Black. What is wrinkle black?
Where's that?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's like a textured.
Mm.
Yeah, you can see the wrinkleness to it. Yeah, so you get a lot of options. So many options on your part. I think I covered everything. Yeah. But I chose the non-finished because it was the fastest. I really wanted it quick. I don't care how pretty it looks. You know, it's not like a final.
You're not. It's going to be hidden behind the camera.
Yeah, and you can see here the estimated shipping date at the bottom is the 25th. So that's 5 days from now. Obviously, if you order 1,000 or 10,000, it reduces the price tremendously. So for 2 of them, it's $13. For 10,000 of them, it's $5. Wow. So that's why mine costs a little bit more, $20. I should have got 2 of them, but I really don't need 2 of them, you know, and that would have reduced the price. It's pretty cool, right?
Selling products this way. This is great.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Because we know that they cost $30. You buy 1,000 for $6.
Yep. Here's some examples of stuff that people make. So full blown go-karts.
Oh, I love that toilet paper dispenser.
Here's that.
Right. Yep, right there. That column.
Oh, wow. Oh, what
does it do? Is it like,
this is their Instagram.
Like spit it out super fast?
I don't know. Oh, that's cool.
Let me see. I want to see. Yeah,
it does.
Oh, you can. Oh, that's funny.
it impresses it. Yeah, imprints text onto your toilet paper.
So I'm guessing
while you roll it out. Yeah, it's very, very creative stuff. Yeah, their Instagram is great. I definitely recommend checking them out for inspiration. Awesome. Yeah, like look at this car.
No way. I'm looking at the hamburger photography rig. So all the pieces go in, so you don't have to do it in a 3D animation.
Yeah. Oh, this is great. This is a great build.
Such a good rig. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And it's so ridiculous what it's used for. Look at all this stuff.
Yeah, for
just
a burger.
To do a patty burger
deconstructed burger. Yeah. So that's how they do it. That's amazing. Yep.
Yeah, my feed is full of like cinematography, behind the scenes stuff, and this is one that always comes up. That or the beer being poured with the ice and the
getting things in camera is just like the hotness right now. Custom spatulas,
rigging stuff, so hilarious.
Yeah. So what I saw David Picciuto, who's a woodworker on YouTuber. He got like custom knives made.
Oh, so they will do weapons, unlike other places.
I mean, oh right, I didn't think of that. I mean, is a knife a weapon or a tool? Like it's both.
I mean, if you get, say, a butter knife, and then you yourself do all the sharpening and all that, is that what you did?
Yeah, that's what he did. He sharpened the knife himself. It's not sharp.
Like blunt. Yeah. A blunt sword or handle.
Yeah, really, really cool service. They've been out for a little bit now. Custom barbecue, artisanal, machine projects. So plates, all good stuff.
Remember Brandy's parents they have to get like this custom molded thing for pipes or something, and it's like $300 or something like that. And
maybe they
like, could you model a thing? And I'm like, yeah, I can model a thing, but what material you're going to use? The thing's going to burst on you.
Yeah.
Bam, right here.
Yeah, tell them to check out SendCutSend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they in the United States? They have parts in Reno, Nevada, and Paris and Kentucky.
Wow.
So that's where they're at. Yeah. Yeah, Nevada and Kentucky. So they're in the States, but also in Europe, I suppose, here with Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's a nice map there. All right. That's all the stuff. Oh yeah, and they have guidelines on, machining, how to use their tools, how to use Fusion, all these guides. It's much like the Adafruit thing. Like, here's all these resources, and then you can use their service or not.
And I like how their top thing was that zap gun.
Oh yeah,
All the way
zap
to the
gun.
top.
Right. Yeah, all the way to the top. Yeah.
Funny.
Yep, that thing. Yeah. Yeah. So all good kerf and all that. They talk about all that and stuff. It's really important.
Very
and
cool.
that is this week's Shop Talk. Actually, things from the shop.
I guess I'll show off this tape measure.
Yeah, show me.
Kind of like Shop Talk.
Yes, it is. It's a tool, and I like tools.
My thing. Present. Oh, it's because I'm in full screen. I had it already ready. Where am I? Oh, my UI is hidden. Okay, it's a simple tape measure. Why do I like it so much? Because it shows all of your metric and your imperial. So, oh no, now I know what a 6 7/8 is.
I don't think I've seen a measuring tape with fractions.
Yeah, I had to search to the end of Amazon to find one that had all of the markings on it. Usually it's just one or the other, but because when we're modeling stuff that's bigger in meters, because I'm not going to use inches in Fusion.
I love this.
You could conversion. Yeah, I mean, you could type it in, it'll convert for you. But when you're actually measuring things in the real world, and it's beyond 150 millimeters, which is the size of the calipers, when you're doing woodworking or whatnot, you need something that can, without having to jump over to the computer or your watch or whatever to do a quick conversion, when you can just look down at it and be like, okay, this is what it equals. Well, I haven't do any conversions. This is definitely handy to have. I should have grabbed the link or anything.
I have it. It's right here.
Oh, okay, yeah, there it is.
I quickly pulled it up. So let me post that in Discord and the social channels.
Yeah, some of the other features that I saw some of the other tape measures have, they had like lasers and
lasers,
magnets and stuff. This one has a pencil sharpener.
Oh, that's funny. You can't just have a measuring tape. You need to have something.
No, I think there was another one, but it was the same price, but it didn't have like a clip, or it didn't have it was just so plain.
This is a notepad. The center here is a notepad, so you can write notes on it. Erasable notepad. So it's kind of like, you didn't even know that?
Okay, cool.
Durable rubber boot, so it's rubberized, so it's not going to slip or anything. Shock resistant, so when you drop it, it's only $7. That's wild.
Yeah, the other one was like $30, and it didn't have any of these other features.
That's wild. So laser jam.
What does this thing do?
How long does it go to? Oh, 16 feet.
Yeah, again, I'm just doing I don't know, maybe 200 to 300 millimeters.
Right.
The size of the build plate.
Cool.
But yeah, I've been dealing with, all the tape measures in the house. They're all just inches or centimeters, and I have to do all these conversions. And
yeah, that's great.
I got sick and tired of that. I think the only one that had both labeled was the tape one, where it's flexible. It's supposed to be for clothes, and
right.
That it's so old that the tip, it was all getting ripped up, so it wasn't even getting accurate measurements. So I was like, oh, I should actually just buy a freaking tape measure that has all the stuff on it. And this was a pretty good one.
Well, hopefully it lasts.
Yep. I mean, the other ones have lasted freaking 30 years or whatever. They're leftovers from dad or something. So
your heirloom,
right? They still have construction markings and crap on it.
Yeah. Looks like they have different versions of it. So they have bigger ones.
Oh yeah.
25 feet. And
the main thing I was looking for was the markings, though. Make sure that is in there.
Yeah, metric and fractions.
I guess I gotta go to the UK Amazon section.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah,
because they're all Imperial.
Man, you can't beat that price. $7.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, good shop talk. I like it.
I'll show the other stuff next week.
Yeah.
I was just showing you. I was
Yeah, I
like,
know,
oh,
right?
check out this.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
of course we're
check that
gonna
one.
be, yeah, of course we're gonna be all interested in that.
Yep.
All
All right,
right,
next up.
moving on to this week's community makes. We have this super awesome dice roller.
OneNote.
To Halloween. We got a little skull here. We got our custom dice here, or dies. This was supposed to be for last week, but the printer broke printing this guy out. It's because I forgot to put support material where the
Oh yeah,
top
look at
teeth are, and
the
you can
teeth are
see
all
where.
missing, huh?
Yeah, so it like ripped off the probe pin.
Oh
So
my gosh.
make sure you have extra probe pins because it's super. It's just being held on by a magnet. So if anything gets caught between, like, any of the filament right here, it'll rip it right off. And then it got clogged, of course, because of all the retraction with all of the all these towers all over the place. But there's a bunch of detail on this skull, and let's demonstrate the dice rolling. Does that pretty good as well. It all should fall within the little tray here. A nice little catch here.
Cool. Yeah.
Of course, what's this one? The pyramid one is always a struggle. It's because of the way that rolls, just because of the shape.
Yeah.
And I believe this is a paid for model, but definitely worth it. Or is it?
It's designed by Wekster, which I actually follow on Instagram. Wekster.
Oh no, I forgot to print the ear, or the
the horns.
Yeah,
antler horns, whatever. Yeah, but this is a fantastic photo of it.
That out now.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah,
Wekster does phenomenal work.
Yeah, I was bummed out I couldn't, do it with, like, the fog and like a cool LED bokeh background, but I was rushing to get this out.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Breaking the printer.
Yeah, shout out to Wekster. Very, very cool model. Amazing photography.
Yeah,
you can support him on Patreon. He's got a Patreon as well, or you could just buy the STL for $3.20.
Definitely worth it. Of course, the kids want to. Declan was in here trying to steal it already.
Really? I want the skull.
Yeah, but very awesome, useful decor for Halloween. You can actually use it for your dice game.
Super
cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
Don't forget to support material on his teeth.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the teeth are pretty cool.
Very detailed. Awesome model.
Cool. All right. Are we ready to move on from the time lapse?
All right. Let's go ahead and check out some of the other community makes.
Okay. First up, sent to us is a make of the Raspberry Pi Pico W IoT case. This is something you put together, Pedro. And Printables user Annie Fishes posted up their print of it. They say
this is the Pico one, right?
Yeah, the Pico W, which works with the Whippersnapper. So looks good. It's a snap fit case. It has mounting tabs and some slots for mounting various STEMMA QT sensors or other sensors with mounting holes. It's a really nice one. After that, we have some customized neon-like signs. So we came up with these neon signs, I think last year. Yeah, yes. Last year. Got lots of different shapes. And Malad posted up their makes of a pineapple and a cactus. That's really cool. Yeah. Cool. After that, we got another lightsaber. This is a super customized one. It's from Drennan. They say they're basically saying shout outs to us for having the Fusion 365 available so they can customize it. They actually used an ESP8266 with WLED and a custom PCB holder. So here's their blade. It's super schmink. Looks like they customized the code too. And have a custom button too that has like a power icon, which looks really cool. Very, very cool. So shout out to Drennan for completely customizing the electronics. Super cool. Looks like it's mounted on the wall too, right? Yeah.
It's a LED bar, a light bar.
And WLED, we've talked about it before. Super great software.
Yeah.
So many animations. So yeah, all the animations. And then I saved the best for last, Pedro. This is This is from
Adabot.
David Conger. But look at this Adabot. It
Oh,
says
it's
one
bigger.
regular size and the other one is 300% bigger. Love this robot. I have never seen an
That
Adabot
looks
this
so
big.
good.
That looks so good. Look at the small Adabot for scale. 300% bigger.
I like the color
Really
combo.
cool. Love the color combo. Yeah. Orange and some shiny blue and this gunmetal. Looks super cool. I guess all the tolerances worked out.
Amazing.
Yeah. Obviously some of the electronics, it will need to be reworked a little bit. Like the mounting things obviously aren't going to work, but it's still really cool. And I kind of designed it so that you don't need electronics because you have flexible joints and all that. So that's really cool to see it.
They're using glue for the arms.
Maybe, yeah. Oh yeah, because the magnets, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's cool to see him next to little Adabot and then big Adabot.
That's so cool.
I like to see it next to a human. Like how big is it, Like I guess you could hold it up like this big, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's bigger than your head, sort of thing. But yeah, shout out to David for posting that up. That is phenomenal. Scalable Adabot. I guess you can scale it.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's this week's Community Makes. Shout out to everybody for posting those up. I know it's you gotta take the time to do it. So I appreciate everybody doing that. It's very nice.
Oh, shout outs from DJ Devon adding the tape measure in the cart. And then Taith saying that, British tape measures usually have both inches and metric. Inches still lives in our hearts.
Cool. And one more
metric is slowly taken over. I routinely see things where they just say, in kilometers, not in miles.
I got another community make from DJ Devon. Did a display stand for the TFT Featherwing. So that's cool. I will post that up.
We'll pin this.
We'll pin this for next week's. This week we have the Matrix mounts that folks sent us last week. So it takes us a week, but we'll get it out there. So cool. Thank you for sharing that. That looks really cool.
Yeah, the blog posts are usually done by like Tuesday. For Thursday.
And we do one every hour. So
it's hard to fit in like the half. We used to do every half hour. It's like too much, man. Like the CS team, they were like, no, man,
no more.
You do half of these posts now. We're too busy for this.
Yep. Cool. Well, shout out to everybody. Don't forget, we have a coupon code. It is SynthIO to celebrate SynthIO.
All right, cool.
I guess we'll close down the show. Let's see, what else do we have here? So tonight is back-to-back shows, starting off with the show and tell, starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Ask an Engineer at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I think we're back to regular Mr. and Mrs. Lady Ada hosting. Unless they email us saying that things are different. That's gonna do it. Tomorrow is John Park's workshop every Thursday. Fridays we have a deep dive with Scott. He's back now. Or Tim. He might. I'm not sure who's doing it this week. Somewhat of a surprise. JP was out yesterday, folks are wondering, but he's back.
Oh yeah. Yep, he's all good.
Yeah, he's all good. With the product pick of the week on Tuesdays. And his show on Thursdays, like I already talked about. Lady Ada streams on Sundays. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole Showtime list of shows. Cool. All right. I think that's going to do it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Don't forget, show and tell and Ask Engineer later tonight. All right, folks.
Well, that said, don't forget to
make
a great day.
Bye, everybody.